Let's bring in the Clemson linebacker. Ben, congratulations. How much sleep have you gotten in the last couple of nights?
Not a lot, honestly. After the game, we got back to the hotel around 2:30, and we went and hung out in the lobby for about an hour or two. And I got in bed probably around 4:30, and I wanted to sleep, but man, I was hurting. That was probably the most sore I've ever been in my entire life. I mean, they obviously the whole world knows how big Alabama and how physical they are, and I felt it firsthand after that game. So I did not sleep at all after the game. I laid in bed till about 7, and then we just kind of went and I made a little bathtub in my hotel room and got in the hot tub in my little in my bedroom. And I was up eating breakfast around 8, and then the first sleep I got was I went to bed around 9:30 last night, and currently I'm at my house in Anderson, sitting in my pool in a little homemade ice tub in my underwear right now doing this interview, freezing my butt off.
Can you take a picture?
My body back right.
Ben, can you take a picture and tweet it to us so we can show people,
Absolutely. I can, yeah, absolutely. I'm in compression shorts in the little homemade ice tub. So I'll shoot y'all a picture.
Why was it so violent? I know, you're playing for a national title, but how did it become more violent or painful than another big game?
I mean, because Alabama. Alabama's who they are for a reason. They have their dynasty and they have their brand because of the success they've earned over the past couple of years, and how talented and physical they are. And I experienced that firsthand with their offensive line, Bo Scarboro. They're just freaks out there. I mean, I bounced off Bo Scarborough one time. We obviously tried to slow him down for a lot of the game. He had those 2 big runs, and I almost had a tackle for loss on him one time and completely just bounced off of him. They're big dudes. They recruit as good as anybody in the country. And it's just downhill, old school physical football, which I love doing. I love those type of games. But the side effects and the aftermath after the game sucks. That's why I'm in my pool right now, so I feel like crap.
When did you know the severity of Bo Scarborough's injury when he broke a bone in his leg?
I didn't know until after the game. We were on the bus, and they said that he broke his leg. Because when I saw when he got up after the hit and he walked a couple steps, and then he laid back down, and I'm pretty sure he walked off the field. So I'm pretty sure. I mean, he's a tough dude. He's a big dude. I'm sure he could have played. He could have played probably through a lot of the game with a broken leg. I mean, I saw him walk off the field. I mean, he obviously wouldn't have felt good. He wouldn't have been as useful with a normal leg. But I'm sure he could have played through it. I'm sure that he wanted to be on that field, but his staff and the coaches staff had to keep him off. I'm sure it wasn't that big of a break. I don't honestly know the severity of it, but to see him walk off the field, I'm sure he could have played through it if the staff would have let him.
He's Ben Boulware, the Clemson linebacker, joining us, Dan Patrick Show. Take me into halftime. What does Coach say to you when it looked like Alabama could have been up by a couple of touchdowns, maybe 3?
Right, yeah, it was definitely looking very grim in the first quarter after those 2 big plays we gave up. But Coach Sweeney was just kind of preaching to us, it's 0-0. It's a whole new ball game these next 2 quarters, and just leave it on the line for the seniors. It's the last game y'all ever play in a Clemson uniform, so just exhaust the moment and just give it all for your brother and your teammate. And that's what we did for the third and fourth quarter. We found a way to win.
Not a lot of butt grabbing on Monday night there, Ben. What changed in the game plan for the Tigers?
That's never really in the game plan. Me and Christian were just messing around. Honestly, knew that the media attention would be all over that if we did it again. So that's not something I'll ever do again, or Christian. You're really just trying to have fun out there. But yeah, that's something we'll stray away from for our rest of our careers.
How surprised were you that got so big so quick?
I don't know. I really don't want to talk about that much. I kind of want to just put that in the past. It was honestly just me and Christian trying to have fun out there and just break up the seriousness of the game. So I mean, it is what it is. It happened. We were honestly just messing around. It's something that it's not who we are, honestly. It wasn't part of our game plan, so it's something we won't do it again. We're just trying to have fun messing around out there.
What was the scouting report on Jalen Hurts?
It's a very talented athlete. We knew going into the game that he was very athletic, very good with the ball in his hands. But we knew if we limited their running game, because obviously everyone knows that they focus their entire offense on pounding the rock every single snap. And if they can do that, it opens up the passing game for them, which is difficult. We know that if we make him sit in the pocket and make a lot of deep throws, that it'll be a difficult night for them. And that's what we wanted to do. We obviously gave up a couple of big running plays that we obviously wish we could take back. But other than that, I feel like we completely dominated on third down. We slowed them down for the most part and made them uncomfortable in the pocket for most of the game. And it showed. We know that he's a great athlete, but we know if we kept him in the pocket and made him uncomfortable, they would have a difficult time beating us in the passing game. So I feel like for the most part we did that.
How much trash talking was going on?
Not much. Really not at all. It really wasn't. For the first couple of plays, you talk a little bit. That's just football. No one takes it to heart. But for a lot of the game, it was all respect out there. A lot of the players, Cam Robinson came up to me and shook my hand after the game. So the respect's there the whole game. We knew how talented both teams were. You're obviously going to run your mouth a little bit just because it's football, and that just happens in the game. But for the most part, there wasn't much talking going on. But when there was talking, it was honestly just normal conversation. Nothing too serious or not much trash talk.
Alabama recruit you?
They started to. They wanted me my senior year, I think my junior or senior year, to come up to visit for a game or some junior day or something like that. But before I came up there, I was definitely going to entertain that as Alabama. They have that brand. But before I went up there, or was going to go up there, Clemson offered me a scholarship, and that's obviously the place I've always wanted to go. So when they offered me, I didn't feel like putting on a show for Alabama and acting like I was going to entertain their scholarship when I had Clemson on the board. So when Clemson offered, I obviously jumped on that. So that obviously they weren't one of the first schools to recruit me, but they started to a little bit. I think it was their D-line coach. I'm not sure what his name was. I think he actually coached at Clemson a little bit. But he was my recruiter from Alabama, but it wasn't too serious.
Do you do an impersonation of your coach?
I get asked this a lot, and I'm not very good at it. I really wish I had Jay Guillermo with me. He obviously is the guy on the team is really good with impersonations. He can do a lot of people, and I don't want to let anyone down because I'm not that funny of a guy, and it will be a terrible impersonation. I really wish y'all get Jay Guillermo on the show, and he will light it up. It will be perfect, and y'all will die laughing. Jay Guillermo's the man, one of my best friends. I love him to death. You need to talk to Jay Guillermo, and he will do a spot-on impersonation. Sorry to let you down. The mine sucked, and it won't be funny at all. You got to talk to Jay.
Are you planning on playing in the NFL?
And that's the plan. That's definitely been a dream of mine my entire life. I feel like I have what it takes to be successful at the next level. I feel like what I put on film the past 3 years is up there with the best. So, yeah, that's definitely the dream, and I feel like I have the tape that matches up with that.
Why number 10?
I wanted a low number just because I felt like low numbers were cool. Like, I don't know, I just like having a low number. I didn't want to really do like a 54 or like a 45 on defense. That's kind of like old school. So I just wanted to have like a low number because I honestly just thought it was cool. And my only options going in were number 1 and number 10 that were open for defense. And I asked Coach Venables if I could be number 1. And he was just like, hell no, you're not number 1. Like, that's for, like, prima donnas, like, just, like, they're sassy or sissies. Like, that's not who you are. You're not number 1. I'm like, all right, dang it, I won't be number 1. Jeez Louise. So I picked number 10. And honestly, Taj definitely started that trend. So there are a lot of number 10 jerseys out there when I took that role over. So a lot of the 10 jerseys that are out there now are probably still for Taj. But really just because those were my only two options if I wanted a low number, and Coach V would not let me get number one. So, yeah, that's that story.
Have you ever hit Deshaun Watson?
Absolutely not. That's a recipe for disaster. If you hit Deshaun in practice, Coach Swinney would pull your scholarship and kick you off the team probably. He is off limits, as is all the other quarterbacks on our team. I mean, obviously, everyone knows how important quarterbacks are for football. And then there's only a couple of them on the team. Deshaun is who he is. I mean, if someone hit him, I think I was blitzing like one time. I remember 2 years ago, I was blitzing like a team period, and I blitzed him, and I tried to swipe at his hand and knock the ball out. I hit his hand, and I kind of hurt his finger. Coach Swinney chewed my tail, and so I got off the field. He legit almost kicked me out of practice because I hit him. I hit his finger, and he like kicked me off the field, like wouldn't let me practice for like a period or two. Because I was doing it, like I was like running my mouth, like hitting a bunch of players. Just 'cause I was young, like I didn't know how to practice. I was full speed the whole time, just being an idiot. And I hit his finger, and Coach Swinney ripped my tail. And that's kind of how it is for everyone else.
Well, you get to hit him next year in the NFL.
Oh yeah, and I've been waiting on that for 4 years now. If I get that opportunity, I promise you, if I get the opportunity to suplex him, like the Syracuse shit, I promise you I'll do it, and I'll give him a big hug after and a kiss on the cheek because I love him. But I've had to wait 4 years to hit him. So if I get the opportunity next year, you best believe I won't let it pass up.
Make sure you tweet that picture out. We'll share it with our audience. And congrats again, and good luck in your future, Ben. Thank you.
Yep. Yes, sir. Appreciate that.
That's Ben Boulware, Clemson linebacker.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.